Hey everybody, and welcome to Steelbook Obsessed. My name is Jake, and you see this right behind me? Well, it's my Steelbook wall. I love putting different steelbooks up. That's one of the main reasons why I love collecting steelbooks in the first place. The artwork just absolutely pops off of them, and I've never shown this off on like a full-fledged YouTube video before, so I thought I would do that here now. I'm gonna swap out this wall. I will show you what it looks like here in a little bit. I'm gonna swap out summer movies that are coming out this year. Like I'll put up some Planet of the Apes steelbooks and some X-Men and some Deadpool steelbooks. But if this sounds interesting to you, if you like Mitchell's versus the Machines, I love this movie so much. Give me a like, a follow, a subscribe, a notification bell, all that fun stuff. I'm trying to post a couple videos a week over on the YouTube space, but without further ado, let me show you how I did this steelbook wall here. So here it is in all of its glory, my wonderful steelbook wall. Absolutely love it, and I'll show you how easy it is. Like let's take 21 Jump Street. You just take this off, they come off easy peasy. It's magnetic strip. I think the official name is adhesive magnetic sheets, if I remember correctly. I will put the link in the description of this video. You get a lifetime supply for $20. You get a huge sheet. Actually, just a second. So my wife actually bought these for me a few years ago. She bought me the Craftopia kind. This is actually sold out on Amazon now, but I do have a link for another one. They do the exact same thing here. Let me pull one out. It is literally just an 8x10 magnet on the back. You have a white board, you peel it off, there's some sticky stuff, you put it on there. I cut mine into fourths. I have a couple left over right here, and they do kind of stick to each other. But yeah, you just put this up, or you cut it in fourths, put it up there, and your steelbooks look very nice displayed, if I do say so myself. I love some of the steelbooks that I have up here now. Got some Goodfellas, some Superbad, the amazing Back to the Future trilogy. Got a couple of Mexi-Funks with Terminator 2 and Black Swan, one of my favorite movies of all time, Evil Dead 2. And yeah, it's a whole bunch of goodness, but I think the only one that's gonna stay up is probably the Wolverine. Got the Deadpool and Wolverine coming out this summer. That's the theme I'm going with. Movies that are coming out in the next few months. So without further ado, let's start taking these down. So here is how the steelbook wall looks with all the steelbooks off except for one. You can see that little corner thing is wonky there. It messed up when I put it on. It doesn't mirror out, but you can barely see it when the steelbooks are on. But let's start putting steelbooks up one by one. Let's start with this guy. Despicable Me 4 is coming out. I think it's gonna be one of the highest rated movies of the summer. Here's my steelbook for Minions. I don't really like this movie. Despicable Me franchise is fine. The first Minions is not great. Minions: The Rise of Gru is pretty good, but you know, this is in the shape of a Minion, so I feel like I have to put it up, even though it bugs me. This bugs me in my collection because it's just rounded on the collection. But on the steelbook wall, I think it's gonna look pretty good. Okay, so Minions is up there. I decided to move the Wolverine right here because I think I have enough steelbooks of the X-Men to fill up these two lines here. First up, the original X-Men. I think I'm gonna do a rewatch of all of these, and as you can see, this isn't a steelbook, this is a metal pack. It's magnetic nonetheless, so I'm gonna put all of them up. I remember back in the day at Best Buy, where they were selling the next three I'm gonna show you for $10 each. And now they don't sell steelbooks anymore. What a life we live now, huh? Here is X2 X-Men United. I have a really soft spot in my heart for this movie. Love it so much. Cannot wait to do the rewatch. It's gonna be a lot of time, but I think that time is going to be worth it. And this franchise is part of the reason why I love movies as much as I do now. X-Men: The Last Stand was the first midnight release movie that I went to with a big group of friends. This was a big frickin' deal when it came out back in the day. Wish the movie was a little bit better, but I still think Ben Foster as Angel is perfect casting. Okay, I've come to my first dilemma. I have two steelbooks for X-Men First Class. Here's the first one. I guess this is a media book. It's not a steelbook. Okay, I hear you in the comments there. It's a little scratched up, but again, I am not mad. But I also have this one right here. I have two copies of X-Men First Class, and I have two copies of X-Men Days of Future Past. I don't know which one to show doubles of, because I can only show doubles of one. So you be the judge. I think I'm gonna put this one up for sure, because it is definitely the more striking cover of the two. And I think I like Magneto a little bit more on the First Class cover, because this Sentinel, I've never really liked the design of this, but at least it's a different face that is going to be on the Steelbook wall. So I think I'm going to go this as one of my doubles. And then I really like the cover of this version of X-Men Days of Future Past, excuse me. And now we have X-Men Apocalypse. I love the embossing on this Steelbook, but my God, is this movie a hot mess. I remember being in denial when this movie came out. I wanted to love it, and I didn't. I might have tried to be in denial about Apocalypse, but X-Men Origins Wolverine, woof. This movie was rough from start to finish. There's even some like VFX shots of Wolverine's claws that look unfinished. They just hurried this thing along. They did Gambit wrong. I loved Gambit in the 90s animated cartoon series, and everything about this is just terrible. Ugh. Now that only leaves us with the last Wolverine movie we had, Logan. Liked this movie a lot when it came out. I have not yet watched the Logan Noir cut, the black and white version. I plan on doing that before I see Deadpool and Wolverine finally. I'm not the biggest artwork fan of this at all. I think there's a lot of strong imagery they could have used, and I just don't think this artwork really makes this movie really, I don't know. It doesn't pop. This movie pops, and this artwork doesn't make this movie pop like at all. I guess since all the X-Men movies are done, we go on to Deadpool. Here's the Steelbook I have for Deadpool. It's the first one that came out. Pretty bare bones, gets the job done though. I think I'm gonna put this in the corner because there's only one more Deadpool movie to talk about. And that one, I'll just go straight to it, is Deadpool 2. Right here, I got the super duper cut. Yeah, I kind of like how on the slip cover, one of the first like clear slip covers I remember getting in my collection. I like how there's a whole bunch of, you know, breaking the fourth wall quips. Let's put this right here. Deadpool front, back cover. I've only seen this movie, I think once. I think I've only seen this once. I haven't seen the 4K version of it yet. I've seen the first Deadpool about 3-4 times now. It's just okay. I remember this movie being better, but not as good as I wanted it to be. X-Men movies, phenomenal. The first two Deadpools, I'm just like, yeah, they're fine, but I cannot wait to see both of them finally combine. All right, we got the Deadpools. We got the bottom two rows full of X-Men. Let's go back to Minions and throw some monkeys next to some Minions. I guess don't put it up yet. Here is Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I really enjoyed this film. It didn't blow my socks off, but it was a pretty solid watch. I've seen it a couple times now. I really like the way that this metal pack looks though. Just very, very sharp. Just having that ape's face on here speaks 1,000 words. You can say the same thing about its sequel, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Very, very cool art style they went with here. Here's the front and back cover. Fun fact, I went to a triple bill, like a triple feature showing of all three of these movies back to back right before War of the Planet of the Apes released. So we saw these two movies in preparation for War. Seeing three Apes movies back to back to back was we were aped out. I went with a bunch of friends, and by the time War started, we're just like, oh my God, there's another one of these. Even though both of them are great, spacing them out, like watch them in 3 days, not 9 hours, because that is a lot of apes, folks. But let's put this up here. And I kind of like how this row is looking. You see how I just kind of moved it and shaked it a little bit so that all of them relatively look flat on there. I think that looks pretty spaced out, and yeah, looks pretty well. Pretty good. Pretty well good. Yay, Mitchells. Okay, so to finish out this final row here, I think I need a little bit more animation. We need more things than just Minions on here. Let's put some Inside Out. I cannot wait for Inside Out 2, people. And every time I watch Inside Out, I have 2 girls. I've seen this movie about 5 or 6 times. It gets better and better every time I watch it. Cannot wait to watch it again before the sequel comes out. And yeah, I think that looks good with the yellow and red and red and red. The yellow just makes it pop a little bit. But up next, we have a movie that I had to put up here, and I'm very happy I have the Steelbook for it. It's Pearl, folks. I am so pumped to see Maxine. You have no idea. I thought X was just okay, but seeing Pearl really made me want to rewatch X, and now that I've rewatched both of them, I am so excited to go see Maxine. And I don't know if you can see this, but like there are some little tiny flecks of like silver in the axe and her earring or ring that shine like crazy. And I love the gloss that's on the bloody pearl. I think this thing looks absolutely breathtaking. This is from Turbine Media out in Germany. And this is 4K too. We never got a 4K of Pearl. I had to get a 4K and Steelbook of Pearl because I loved the movie so damn much. But now we have 2 more Steelbooks to do. I think I'm going to put this one up next. Of course, we got Furiosa coming out, so I'm putting up Mad Max Fury Road. This is the new 4K Steelbook. I think it looks absolutely sharp. Very, very good. Cannot wait. I've never seen this movie in 4K, so I'm going to watch this movie in 4K right before Furiosa comes out. Cannot wait to rewatch this sucker. I wish I had the Blood and Chrome edition because I plan on watching Logan Noir. They also have a black and white version of Mad Max Fury Road. I've always wanted to watch the movie that way. One of these days I will. And last but not least, Bad Boys, baby. What you gonna do? But I have a dilemma on this one. I don't know if I should put this logo up or if I should just put the classic Bad Boys. I kind of want to put like a reverse artwork on here too. I'm kind of thinking of just putting Will and Martin right there. But yeah, here is what the Steelbook wall looks like, folks. Once and for all, I think that looks very, very pretty, although there's a lot of gray on the bottom. At least it's X-Men gray. It's mutant gray. That looks pretty dang good if you ask me. Which one of these movies are you most looking forward to seeing this summer? Let me know in the comments. And before we get out of here, I'll show you a few more Steelbooks that I didn't have room for. So they did not make the cut. They're still very good nonetheless. So those are all the Steelbooks that I could fit on there, but there are only 20 slots. I had 7 more Steelbooks that I could have put up there. Let's start off with Borderlands 3, the Steelbook. As you can see, this is still sealed. I got this for $1. I don't have Borderlands. I take that back. I do have Borderlands 3, but I have not played it on my PS4. I am excited to watch the movie. It looks like a ripoff of Guardians, but you know what? I love Guardians, so give me a ripoff any day, and it's starring Jack Black. Sign me up. Next up, we have A Quiet Place. I had a Steelbook for A Quiet Place Part 2 as well, but I knew that one wasn't going to make the cut. I wanted to put this up just because of the gorgeous Mondo artwork that is on it. I love the sound waves coming in the light bulbs. This is very, very nice. It just... Day 1 or Day 0, whatever the hell it's called, you don't really need to watch this one to kind of understand a prequel to it, so this one didn't make the cut either. What do you do? I have a couple more Mad Max ones. Here is the German Steelbook for Mad Max Fury Road 3D. I love the way that front cover looks, but I was running out of space, so I only had room for 1 Mad Max. This one probably would have been up there too, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, and I decided to put the 4K one up instead. Here is a Steelbook that I just recently watched, and the movie that I've watched for the first time, Mad Max. Probably the weakest in the franchise, but it's still not a bad movie. There's the love, like Mel Gibson's family, Mad Max's family in this, you really get a kinship for, which I was not expecting in this type of action movie, but probably the best like romantic relationship that's been in this movie. But it kind of still sticks with like, hey, Mel is trying to help people out, whether it be his family or a whole bunch of strangers that are a family more or less. I don't know, just watching all of these Mad Max movies really make me appreciate the similarities in between each one. Here's a Steelbook for Bad Boys for Life. And I had to get that first one up there of 1 and 2. It looks a lot better. This is probably the weakest one out of the bunch too. Not bad, but I am excited for Bad Boys Ride or Die. Terrible. Third one should have been called Ride or Die. Fourth one should have been called Bad Boys for Life. Everybody knows it. We have this amazing Steelbook that I have for Inside Out. This is a Kimchi DVD exclusive. You can see all that embossing and debossing. Boy howdy, and if you think that looks nice, flip over here. Oh my god, that looks so dang good every time I look at that sucker. Just a strong Steelbook. It's part of this Kimchi DVD set. Yeah, I think I've shown this off in another video. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Go look back on the channel. You will find this one, an unboxing of everything that's in here. And last but not least, I had this X-Men First Class. I think I've shown this off already. Not a bad image, but I think I like the other one on First Class better. But here it is in all of its glory. The 2024 summer movie season Steelbook wall is up. Again, if you want the link to adhesive magnetic sheets, the Amazon link, it'll be in the description below. If you give it a click, it'll help this channel out, so that would be greatly appreciated by me. I'll also do the Mitchells vs. the Machines Blu-ray because not enough people talk about this release. It is so good, and there's so many extras on it. That's why I wanted to throw that up as well. But thank you for watching the channel. I'll be hosting a few live streams here in the future. I will also be posting my weekly pickups. That'll become a new series. I did the first one last week, went over pretty well, so I'm gonna continue to do that. But thanks for watching this video, and until next time, I'll see ya.